What's up, everybody? This is a brand new episode of the D.E.T show. I know y'all ain't heard that joint in a minute. That's my own solo show. I'm gonna be doing that on my days off. So I'm gonna be home alone, so I got an opportunity to do it. So anyway, it's good to be back on the air. Last night's TRF will be available on YouTube only. Or, if you're following me, you can follow me on YouTube at TRF on YouTube. You can also follow us on Facebook at TRF on YT. Just do me a favor and go there and support a brother and me, Sion, and Jay, and Tay. And, you will be the first to know everything about what's going on behind the scenes. So I'm going to jump right into some new music. Shout out to my man, Los Skrilla. And shout out to my man Spanky as well. They went ahead and collaborated, and they sent me some new heat. This joint is called No Reason, and you hearing it here right now on the D.E.T show. Give me a break. Niggas just give me a reason. Switching the whip to the season. Pick up the bag and the lead. Shorty just gets no reason. She coming on way. She catching the other season. Niggas just give me a reason. Switching the whip to the season. Pick up the bag and the lead. Shorty just gets no reason. What's up, everybody? That is brand new heat from my man Los Skrilla and my man Spanky. That joint is called No Reason. It is a banger for real. So shout out to the two of them. Man, yeah, trying to operate with this mic. This mic ain't really working too well, so go figure. But yeah, man. So the NBA draft was last night. DeAndre Ayton was number one. Marvin Bagley number two. Luka Doncic is number three. Hold on, I gotta turn this off. There we go. There we go. So yeah, man. So yeah, dude, Luka Doncic was number 3. Jaren Jackson was number 4, and it looks like Trae Young, everybody's hype man, was number 5. Doncic and Trae Young will be traded for each other. So Luka Doncic will be taking over Dirk Nowitzki's role as the face of the franchise down in Dallas. And Trae Young finally, figures out where he's going. And he's going to go down there to Atlanta to, be the man down there as they try to rebuild and get themselves an identity in Atlanta. So those are good looks for all those teams. The Wizards, at 15, everybody wanted them to at least make a move. They had Otto Porter's contract on the books. He's got 2 more years. He's got 2 more years on the left on his deal. Look, somebody like me, I think it's a disaster. You've got Wall, you've got Beal. You need signature players at the 5, and you got Markieff Morris at the 4. So, Morris is, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? But as far as like the 5, you desperately needed an upgrade last night, and there was an opportunity for you to do so. The problem with Troy Brown, and you never know, Troy Brown's a 6'7", 216-pound slasher. He's basically a wing. He's a wing that can defend. He shoot 29% from the 3-point line. That's not gonna cut it. And you just worry about what Ernie Grunfeld is going to do with this basketball team. You have so many wings. You've got Otto Porter with his terrible contract. You've got Kelly Oubre waiting in the wings. I think he deserves a nice little payday. I would like to see the Wizards hold on to him. And now you go out and draft this guy named Troy Brown. Guys on these Facebook groups always talking about, like, give him a chance. I said, okay, I'll give him a chance when it is shown that the kid will end up getting minutes. If the kid's not going to get any minutes, this is basically a wasted draft pick. And the Wizards had an opportunity to get themselves a big man in the second round, and they went out and drafted a foreign point guard who will be He will be stashed away definitely for next season, and probably even longer than that. So I look at the Wizards draft, and I'm just like, what the hell are you doing? Like, Ernie, what is your goal? You know what I'm saying? They brought you back. The fans obviously didn't want you back, but Ted Leonsis, more on him later. Ted Leonsis said, okay, I'm going to bring you back. And here we are. And you didn't do anything to improve the team in the draft. You had Robert Williams. Of course, you probably could have traded down because Robert Williams was sliding all the way down to 27 with Boston Celtics. So that was just, that to me and a lot of other people, we're just trying to figure out what is the move here in DC. I would have personally packaged Otto Porter and Marcin Gortat's contract along with that number 15, and I would have moved up into the top 10 or maybe even the top 6 and got myself a true baller at the center position. Wendell Carter was off. Wendell Carter was available. The Bulls got him at 8, I believe. He could have helped out. You could have got rid of this contract. Gortat's contract is at Albatross. Otto Porter. And say what y'all want to say about Otto Porter and his stats. His contract is absolutely terrible. Okay? I know I'm going to probably get ripped for it. It is what it is. It's my show. You don't like it, don't watch. So, I mean, that was my whole thing about the Wizards. I just don't see where drafting Troy Brown fits into the future. I mean, I just really feel that the Wizards need to make a move badly to figure out the identity of what happened last night. I mean, you could pretty much look up and down the line and say, okay, Atlanta got better. Charlotte got better. The 76ers had a good draft. Phoenix had a great draft, getting DeAndre Ayton at number 1. Even the Sacramento Kings getting Marvin Bagley, that was a great draft. That was a great pick, and then they strengthened their team later on in the draft. So you've got all these teams out here that went out and made pretty significant trades or pretty significant drafts, and us here in the nation's capital, we're just sitting here like, here we go again. So yeah, the NBA draft is becoming a very disappointing night around the DMV. So I mean, we just have to deal with that. So who knows what's going to happen? We'll just have to sit back and watch. Hopefully, me and Ernie Grunfeld will be fired tomorrow, and we could just start off from scratch. Yay! Another thing about what's going on around DC. Barry Trotz, the former head coach of the Washington Capitals, agreed to a deal with the New York Islanders. From what I understand, and I could be wrong, Ted Leonsis said, okay, you know what? You got us our ring. I'm not going to pay you what you want, and you can go. Just pretty much pulled a Martin, said you can be gone. And Barry Trotz, the day, like not even 48 hours after saying that he was not going to return, ended up finding a new home in New York. And here we are. We have no head coach, and we just won the Stanley Cup. Finally, after 22 years of, in between cup appearances, Stanley Cup Finals appearances, and 44 years as a whole being in the NHL, we finally get ourselves a Stanley Cup. And now, like 2 weeks later, we don't have a head coach. So maybe Ted Leonsis is the reason, we should be so upset with not only the Capitals, but the Wizards. DC sports, period. I mean, the learners, the jury's still out on them because the Nationals have been pretty successful over the last 10 years, getting to the playoffs, not getting to the second round, not getting to the NLCS. But as far as DC sports as a whole, you can either say, the Mystics and the United notwithstanding, and the DC Divas and what's the other team? The Valor. All those guys notwithstanding, we're talking major sports right now. The hockey team, successful, finally won the Stanley Cup. The Wizards, playoffs. We're still struggling to get over the hump to find ourselves an identity. We have probably one of the best backcourts in the league, but we have a general manager that doesn't really know how to, as far as I'm concerned, put numbers together. He was out in Milwaukee, got fired there. He had Ray Allen, Sam Cassell, and Big Dog Johnson. Didn't do well out there. He had the Knicks for the longest time, dominated by Patrick Ewing, get into the finals and a few times, and couldn't really get it done there. Now he's in DC. He's been in DC for a long time. We can't get over the hump here. So maybe we need to upgrade there. The Redskins, ever since Daniel Snyder took over the team, it's been pretty much, downhill from there. I know y'all Redskins fans are going to look at me like, but it's the truth. Daniel Snyder is a very, very poor owner. And I know a lot of people want to see him go. But he's not gonna let that team go without a fight. He's made his money through law, and he's pretty high up as far as numbers go, as far as money goes. So the only way the NFL is going to get rid of him is if somebody comes in and says something that he did something racist or sexist, like he did with those cheerleaders, apparently. So who knows? Who knows what's going on in DC? Who knows what's going on with the Redskins? So I mean, it's just hard. It's hard being a DC sports fan. It really is. Fortunately for me, my team's out in Oakland, and we have our own issues. As far as I'm concerned, Mark Davis is not a great owner, but it is what it is. So I mean, that's pretty much my rant. I'm not going to be on here very long. I'm not really feeling that great, but I just wanted to get a little bit of a gist and play my man's new song. So that joint was No Reason by Spanky and Low Skrilla. Good to see them two link up. I'm sure I got more Skrilla coming up. I know I got more Spanky coming up. Shout out to Jamel, Mississippi, and Kenworth Katrina, also known as the hottest DC hip-hop tag team known as Subliminal Thought. And we got new music coming from them next week on TRF. So pay attention to those people, guys. They're up and coming, and I can't wait to see what else they got in the pipeline. Like I said, shout out to the Renaissance Forum, JT and Sion. Shout out to IAG, the radio show. Shout out to those ladies and that gentleman out there for supporting me and what I'm doing. So much love to you guys. Hope you guys have yourselves a beautiful weekend, and we'll holler at you next week on TRF. Peace.